Hey guys, welcome to Muscle Memory. My name's Malcolm. Now here with Nixon Newell. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing great. I saw a promo you recently on Twitter, on Instagram, social media. Everyone's talking about it. But before we get into that, I know you went to the gym today. Let's talk about it. What did you hit in the gym?
Back and buys today. Back and buys.
Okay.
My strong point is back.
Yeah, yeah. How,
Upper
how
body
much you
business,
strict?
baby.
How much you strict curl?
Oh God. It depends. If it's an easy curl bar, then like a 30 bar, but then I can curl like 20s on my own.
Word. I was thinking you were
I'm
gonna say
not like
100.
Raquel Strong, but I'm up there, I'm getting there.
I thought you were gonna say 100. Honestly, I just figured because you all jacked and stuff.
I just need enough where I can pick up two beers at once. That's all I need.
Yeah, smart. I like that. I like
Yeah.
that. You also have a great nickname, by the way. Like the girl, the shiniest wizard, is like the craziest, coolest nickname ever. Where did that come from?
So I'm a big Harry Potter fan. And then obviously I do the Shining Wizard.
Yeah.
But I think it was one of the guys at Attack actually was like, yeah, it'd be funny to go the shiniest wizard, like kind of said it in passing, like you're idiot. And then it stuck. I was like, actually, you might be taking the mick, but that's great, and I'm gonna steal it.
It
And
works.
it's
It
made me
works.
some money.
I love it. I love it. Now, you posted that video on social media recently, talking about how people have labeled you as injury prone in the past, and you said within that video that you've been in this business for 14 years, eight of them being the big leagues. Now, how do you respond to when like people in the business or maybe fans online label you as like injury prone? How do you take that internally? Because obviously wrestling's like a business based off perception, and when people label you as that, maybe that affects like your career going forward. So how do you respond to people like that?
Originally when I first started, it was, real hard on me. Took it real hard, terrible mental space. But now as I've got older, I'm like, they couldn't do what I do. They couldn't even lace up my boots.
Mm,
So why am I letting these people that do nothing but sit in their basement, licking Cheeto dust off their fingers, tell me what I can and can't do? Like, absolutely not. I'm not gonna let their opinion affect me. But it does definitely carry into like promotions sometimes. Like people
yeah,
are worried about my knees, but it's because of this online flack that I get, when in reality my knees are better than ever.
yeah,
Like there's not a problem with them at all. So it's just, it's hard to shake when something is so said repeatedly online,
yeah.
but they always trust that instead of the source. But that's why my entire promo was like, all right, you guys want to believe that? Let me show you and prove to you that that's completely inaccurate. Like, I'm ready. I've been ready. I'm ready to go. Just give me the opportunity to show you that you need me more than
Absolutely.
anything. You need me.
Absolutely. And you should be. You should be everywhere right now. Now,
Thank
I
you.
did see like it was an article online. I'm not sure exactly who posted it, but they're saying that there was like some struggles as far as like getting bookings, like you were just
Yeah.
kind of mentioning. How do you feel like that's going like right now? Do you feel like after you posted that promo, there's more people reaching out as far as
Oh
to
yeah.
bring into your promotion?
Oh yeah. There's definitely been a lot more interest since
Yeah.
that promo. Like I was on Busted Open the other day, and I was telling them, like 2 weeks after I got fired, I got in a massive car wreck.
Yeah.
So my entire career as such has been put to the back burner. Like I had to focus on getting that sorted, sorting out my life without WWE. Like it did take a back pedal, which unfortunately in turn did affect a lot of bookings because, I couldn't do as many as I wanted to originally. Like I did some in the UK and I went back to Attack, which, after the whole debacle last year, needed to happen. Attack is my home. So as soon as I did that, I was expecting a little bit more activity, I guess.
Yeah.
But again, also, to put fault on myself, I didn't do as much as I could have because wrestling was on a back burner for me. Like I had so much to sort out personally that I just kind of let it slip. So there has been a lack of bookings, but since that promo, people have been like, "Oh, she's wrestling," and like I hate to admit it, but my girlfriend was right. No one knew that I was wrestling, and I hate to say that she was right because she knows she's right, and it annoys me. But yeah, it's fault of my own, but then also I think it's a fault of people believing the injury prone stuff.
I was going to ask about the car accident. How are you feeling now? I mean, I know that was like a little few months ago, but still, obviously, that's a lot to go through as like a human body, just a person.
I'm doing a lot better. I had a back injection a couple of weeks ago. Just to there was something like my SI joint got messed up, but that's fine. Like it's with wrestling as well, you know, like everyone's beat up. There's nothing, it's just a car accident added like an extra few years onto the age that I feel. You know what I mean? But no, I feel good. Like I feel health. Like I said, I'm in the gym almost every day.
Yeah.
You know, I feel good. I feel I'm in the best shape I've ever been. Like I
Good.
have abs now, which I've never had, which is wild. And like
Yeah.
I have muscle definition.
There you
So I'm in
go.
the best shape I could possibly. I just need people to book me so I can be like, hey, look at me.
Yeah. Let's talk about it though. Is there like certain like maybe not promotions, is there certain people you want to get in the ring with coming up soon?
Yeah, I've had this question a lot, and the one name that is like forefront is Tony Storm. Like, I have known Tony for close to my entire career at this point. I think like 12 years I've known Tony, and we've been good friends. So to see her doing like what she's doing now
Yeah.
and have traveled the world with her, and wrestled her hundreds of times, I'd love to revisit that, as well as Alex Windsor, Chris Statlander, you know, I'd love to go again with Jody Threat and Danny Luna. Like, there's just so many people from so many different companies that I want to wrestle
Yeah.
that it's hard to like make a list because almost everyone's on it, if that makes sense. Like, I want to wrestle everyone. And
Yeah.
like, I'm wrestling my girlfriend, Miranda Alizé, at
Mhm.
the end of the month. So that's going to be fun. And then we're going to try doing some tag stuff to see how, that goes. Because I feel like there is a lack of women's tag teams right now.
Sure.
Like in a sense, like the women's tag teams that exist are incredible. Like they just all fit together so well. But I come from a tag background. I love tag wrestling. It's one of my favorite things to do. So being able to do it with someone that, I love and care about, I think would be pretty cool. And she can do all the lucha stuff. I'll just be there and be like, yeah, look at the cool stuff she does. Oh, you need me to punch someone? Got it. You go do some flips, do some cool stuff. Go.
I love it. I love it. Now, you in that list, you kind of mentioned a lot of like AEW and TNA related names. Are you interested in signing to one of those companies if they see some interest in bringing you in?
I mean, absolutely. I'll never say never to anyone. My goal right now is to wrestle anywhere and everywhere. Like I've done WWE. I want to do TNA because TNA was, part of my entire shtick growing up. I
Yeah.
love TNA. AEW is doing some cool stuff. Like the women over there are incredible. It's MLW, GCW, like all these big promotions. Like I'm doing Beyond Wrestling soon, which has been on my bucket list for a long time.
They're great.
I'm good friends with Ricky Shane Page, wanted to wrestle him for years. Like he's the top male that I want to wrestle. There's
Okay.
like Ricky Shane Page and Tony Storm. Like I wanted to wrestle Ricky for over a decade.
Yeah.
So I really want to wrestle. I'm going to wrestle Beyond, hopefully against Ricky. Um, but there's just so many places I want to be. So it's not like I would never say no to a contract. I definitely entertain the idea. Absolutely. Like this is what I want to do. But right now I want to find that love and that fun in wrestling again that I had lost for many different reasons. So I just want to go everywhere and anywhere, wrestle the best. Whoever wants to go can have a go, you know what I mean? So there's definitely interest, but
Yeah.
I right now my focus is finding that love and finding that rhythm to get my name back to what Nixon Newell used to mean instead of just, oh, she's that old WWE wrestler.
Nah, I mean, I think you're gonna end up on television soon. I can see it. You should be. It's
I
gonna
hope
happen for
so.
sure.
I hope so.
You mentioned being in a tag team with your girlfriend, but also you have like challenged for the women's tag team titles within WWE. It was you and Shotzi on NXT versus Sasha and Bailey. I believe it was the first time those women's tag team titles were defended in NXT.
I
What was
think
like
so.
being a part of that match?
It was cool, dude. Like I've been a big fan of Bailey for years and she's become a good friend. Wrestling Sasha was one of the best in the world. It's such a cool experience, and to do it with Shotzi, who is such a cool chick.
Yeah.
Like we just got on really well from the get-go. So that was a lot of fun. It was nerve-wracking, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it was a big, big thing. But I will say, right, I feel like this gets looked past quite often in that match. Me mocking Sasha with the same shimmy that she does, I rock that. I ate that shimmy, and it doesn't get looked at enough. I killed it. And I have no rhythm, but I killed it. And I'm very proud of that part.
I love it. I love it. Now Shotzi's also like on the independent scene right now. She just made her comeback in GCW. She's everywhere right now. Do you want to see like yourself get in a ring with her again, or maybe tag with her?
100%. I've never wrestled Shotzi in a singles match. I don't think I've ever wrestled against Shotzi, to be honest. I think we've always been in some tag situation. I think it was, yeah, we tagged together on SmackDown and NXT. We did the In Your House, which I think was an 8-man tag or a 6-man tag. So I've only ever tagged with Shotzi. I've never wrestled her. So I would be
Hmm.
interested in wrestling Shotzi.
Who
Quite
wins?
a bit, actually.
Who wins that match?
Me?
Okay, just making sure. Just want.
Me? I'd hope.
Yeah, check in. Just make sure the confidence is still there.
Well, here's the thing. I don't leave my feet very often anymore, so we shall see.
Gotta book it. Gotta book it. Now, another big moment in your career. Actually, one of the first times I found out about you, we were still on the independent scene before WWE and NXT. You're the first ever WCPW Women's Champion. What was like your favorite memory of being a part of WCPW? Because that like really blew up the UK scene, at least for like American fans.
Dude, it was wild. It was such a fever dream of a promotion. Like it was a great time. But I remember like I was wrestling on a show with Kurt Angle, and then I was wrestling on a show with Cody Rhodes, and then with JR, and then all these names are coming in. I'm like, what the hell is happening
Right.
right now? Why am I wrestling on the same shows as these people? But I remember like two cool things with Cody was he was tagging with Mustache Mountain because he
Yeah.
had his mustache at the time. And no, he didn't. He stole one of my fake mustaches because I had tagged with Mustache Mountain that day, that
Remember
morning,
that?
with a
Yeah.
fake mustache. So he took one of my fake mustaches and put it on. He's like, "Can you take a picture?" I was like, "What is happening? You just all right?" Yeah, I took a picture, and then the same day, I think, where he was tagging with Mustache Mountain, I was wrestling in a I want to say like a street fight or something like that. It was
Right.
something with weapons. And we were planning the match. He came up to me, he was like, "Do you want to use my mask that I used to have when I had a broken nose?" I went, "Yes, absolutely." He's like, "Cool, I'll put it in the ring for you." So I just had a match where I knocked out the chick with a Cody Rhodes face mask and then looked at the camera. I was like, "Thanks, Cody." I'm like,
Wow.
what's happening?
That's like
What's happening? Like, this is
that's
so
crazy.
weird. Like, I remember this mask. I remember dashing Cody Rhodes. What is
Yeah.
happening here? Now I'm using it to whack someone in the head.
I think he used that
Yeah.
same mask to hit Rey Mysterio in the face too at WrestleMania, which is
I'm
crazy.
just saying, I've done some cool stuff.
You have. No, you've done so much. Another big moment in your career, I feel like a lot of people know about this, is like NXT Women's War Games. Now, you didn't necessarily make it into the match because of Dakota, but what's your thoughts on Dakota like turning on you? Because she was like relentless with like slamming the door on like your knee. It was actually like hard to watch.
Oh, I felt it. I felt every single slam, crack, slap, everything.
Yeah.
But it was just, I don't know, like when you're friends with someone, you can hit them harder. And I think that helped with that entire situation. We were a bit sad at first that we weren't actually going to get into war games, and we did try and, finagle the system and be like, what if we did it this way? And they were like, nope. We're like, "Ah, all
Yeah.
right." But in honesty, they did it perfectly. Like, I don't think it would have got the reaction that it did if we had entered that match. Um, but it was just so incredible to see that take Dakota to the next level. Like that was when people went, "Oh no, she's really good." When it's like, no, she's been really good and one of the best female wrestlers in the world for close to their decade. Now you're just seeing her on your level because this is all that you guys watch. Like she has been this person for a very long time, and now you're about to see her do this, but 10 times even better because now she's finding her feet. And it was incredible to be a part of that and then to have that whole storyline
Yeah.
with her and do the Portland street fight and stuff. Like that's one of my favorite matches of all time.
I was about
Like,
to ask you about that too. Like,
oh
how did you
dude,
feel
I
like going
love
through
that
that match?
match.
That was crazy.
Thank you. It was oh dude, it was one of my favorite matches I've ever done. Like I've done a lot of matches, but that one is up there in like top three, 100%. Like
That's
just like I said, it's just fun doing it with your friends. You can trust them more, you more and they trust you. Dude, it was just such a fond, very, very fond memory of mine. And my girlfriend, I was like, well, Dakota, I'm glad Dakota won. I'm like, you're supposed to be on my side. What is happening? But she's my favorite. Well, mine too. All right.
I love it. I love it. What led to your second WWE return?
So I was going through a green card process and I was just struggling with these lawyers that I had used. So I had messaged Triple H and said like, "Hey, if you could spare me like 5 minutes, I just want to ask you a question and possibly get like, a name of an attorney to help me out." He's like, "Yeah, absolutely." Made time for me, called me, let me sit there and explain my entire situation almost in tears for like a good couple of minutes, and then when So you ready to come back to work? I went, excuse me? He's like, do you want to come back to work? Like, this is what this phone call's about. I was like, yes, I am. Yes. He's like, okay, cool. He's like, I'll send a contract over in a second. I was like, great. Within 10, 15 minutes, I had a phone call off TR and my contract came through an email and I'd resigned within 15 minutes of a phone call. I was like,
Uh,
God, this is
uh,
crazy.
Whoa. Wow,
Yeah.
that's an insane story. How close was this to your like actual return like on television?
We had to wait a little bit because of the green card. Um, I'm not sure if this is accurate, but from what I was told, they were trying to get me back for Clash of the Castle in Cardiff because that's technically my hometown.
Yeah.
But the green card just wasn't coming through quick enough. It ended up coming in like a week to 10 days later. And I was like, you son of a... Like, how dare you? I'd never wrestled in the Millennium Stadium. I've only been there for rugby, but that would have been cool. But, things happen for a reason, so I just had to suck it up. And everyone was like, oh, we're in this place. Where should we go? I'm like, oh, no way. No way. I want to be there.
But the pop was huge when you came out though. Everyone was like, "Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, like I didn't know she was back. This is crazy."
Yeah, it
Ah, I
was
loved
it
it.
was crazy. They put me in a hotel
Yeah.
that was like 45 minutes, if not longer, from the venue.
Yeah.
Made me get it like the driver for some reason canceled, so they hired me an Uber to get there. They got me an Uber and XL.
Oh, there you
Big
go. Bougie.
spenders. And then I remember pulling outside the venue and they were there ringing me like, when you pull up, hat on, hood up, like try mask on, keep yourself hidden. I was like, yeah, yeah, no worries, I got this, I got this. And I remember sitting in the car and then I heard someone go, is that Lana? I'm like, what? Like
Oh,
I have rainbow hair. How did you think this was Lana? But no, it's not. But
yeah.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, I was gonna say like, is it hard to hide because your hair was so like colorful? It's like, wait, who's this coming out of there?
I had like this massively baggy Paramore hoodie on, so it hid a lot,
Uh,
but like it was still hard to hide all my hair.
yeah.
But when he said like, "Is that Lana?" I was like, "Cheers for the compliment. Like she is beautiful." But no, sorry to disappoint you. No, it's not.
Oh
But it
man.
was cool. Like as soon as we got in, they took me on like a tour bus and was like, "Yeah, just stay in here for the
Yeah.
rest of the day. We'll send someone over to you. Do you need food? Do you need this? Do you need that?" I'm like, "What is happening? I've never been treated this good ever in my life."
Following up on that, like you had a great NXT Women's Title match against Becky Lynch on Raw, which
Oh,
is
thank
really
you.
cool. What was it like wrestling her? Because like, you're going for this title that necessarily isn't a part of the main roster, but it's still considered like a world title as well.
It was cool, dude. Like she's one of the best to ever do it. Character wise, mic wise, wrestling wise, she's so strong. Um, and we were supposed to wrestle a couple of weeks beforehand, but that got pulled at the last second.
Yeah.
And she was like texting me apologizing. She was like, I tried everything. I don't know why they changed it, all this stuff. But when we actually wrestled, like she was messaging me leading up to it and we were talking. But she's such an advocate for women, especially like, women within the company that don't have, the back pedal that a lot of the other females do. Like they don't have, either the recognition or anything like that. She's such a advocate for putting us on a pedestal and be like, hey, no, these people need a spotlight. Let's do it. Like, let's give them a time.
Sure.
Which, worked out in my favor because we went from having what would have been like a 5 minute match to, a two seg, which was great. And I just learned a lot from being in the ring with her. I couldn't thank Becky enough for that match. I was not happy with it personally, but
Why?
only because I know my nerves got the better of me and I knew I could have done 10 times better.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, I still think the match was good, but I know on my end, I could have done so much better. But I just let the nerves get to me that day, and I don't know why the nerves got to me that day. I have no idea why they were so bad, but they did. But like, I'm still proud of the match. Like I said, I still really enjoyed the match. I still think it was good, but on my end, I think it could have been like 10 times better.
I
But,
was gonna say, like watching it on my end, it's just dude at home. I was like, well, this looked great. Like I wouldn't even
oh,
notice
thank
you
you.
were nervous. I
Thank
enjoyed
you.
it.
Then that's what I meant. It was great. It was
Uh-huh.
great.
Do you ever feel like, or what did you feel like in the moment, like during your second run to WWE, of them not necessarily like putting that ball behind you as far as like, pushing you as far into like that main event scene? Was it something that you
Um,
feel like caused that?
it definitely sucked. But I don't know. I was pitching constantly. Every week I was pitching multiple times. we got close to doing one gimmick, which was a soccer hooligan. Got as close as to, almost filming the vignettes, and then like a couple of days before they cancelled it. And that's kind of when I knew I was on my way out because I was like, this is strange. Like we've done all this. We went to the highest level, got approved, and then all of a sudden it's not. Okay, cool. Something's happening. So I kind of expected that at least. I was disappointed that I didn't get to prove everyone that, talks bad about me or, doesn't really validate me as a wrestler. I was looking forward to showing them like on a big stage, like, hey, no, all those opinions that you have of me are just your opinions. They're not accurate at all. So it sucked. Getting fired from any job sucks. But like I said, I was expecting it this time, so it wasn't a shock. And, I went into this second run as more of a professional mindset and a worker mindset than the first time round where I went in like oh my God, I've got my dream job. Like this is so cool. Duh, duh. So like this time I was like, no, it's a business. Like things happen. If it happens again, it happens again. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Like life goes on. So I think going in with that mindset when it actually happened this time, I wasn't shocked. I was a little bit bummed, but I also wasn't terribly disappointed just because I was like, okay, cool. Now I can go do what I want to do, prove everyone wrong in my way, and live my career how I see fit. And then hopefully one day, the door's still open and we can go back. A lot of people online be like, you've burned the bridges, we're saying all this stuff about him. I'm like, well, no, I'm just saying what everyone's thinking when you release people like Dakota Kai and Shayna Baszler, like how do you release talent like that?
Yeah.
Like that blows my mind. But like I said, I hope the door's still open. One day I'd like to go back, but I don't want to go back. And this is purely out of not spite, spite's the wrong word. Purely out of I'll figure out the word, but like I want to go back when they need me
Yeah.
and when they want me. Like I want to be able to build up a platform for myself, build myself back into the star that Nixon Newell was. So then they come calling to me like, hey dude, like what do you think? Do you want to come back? Like we think we could do this. Like that's my goal right now. Like if I ever go back to WWE is to make them want me, make them need me. Same with every other company. I want them to need me. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build up from the ground up, start again, and go at this with feet running as fast as I can. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. No, I feel like you're gonna be on television before like next year, personally. Like I can't
Oh,
imagine how like the WWE doesn't want to bring you back. It's like, especially with those new women's titles, the US Championship, the Intercontinental, like you would fit perfectly within that scene. So like there's no
thank
reason
you.
why they wouldn't want to bring you back. But as far as like this run that you're on right now, as far as the few matches you've had and the matches that you're going to have coming down the line, is there like a certain date or anything that you can share with us that when you're gonna be wrestling next?
As of right now, the only one this month is the 28th, which is Hurricane Pro, and then that's in Houston, I believe. Then I've got a couple of dates in Texas coming up. Um, and then I'm just geared in everywhere right now. I'm just trying to get that diary booked as I can. Hopefully go back to the UK every now and again. I've got some unfinished business with Danny Luna that I need to take care of. So, you know, I'm gonna beat her ass next time. She beat mine this time. So Faye, and she's in TNA. If they want us to settle it, I'll happily take a trip and we can do some business there. I'll happily beat Danny's ass on TV.
I feel like the story for you in TNA is like right there. I mean, like you won that. What was it, like Challenge TV? You went to Slammiversary. I feel like
Dude,
the story just tells itself. Like you have,
right?
do you share some of that like experience because like to I guess get that VIP experience to
It
go to
was,
Slammiversary.
bro, I don't even understand. I think I was watching TNA. Yeah, that's what it is. I was watching TNA and I entered a text competition.
Yeah.
Not thinking anything of it because I always feel like those are a bit of a scam. Like, oh, Texas, and you'll win this trip to Boston and it's all expense paid and you'll get this, this, and this. I was like, that sounds too good to be true, but let me try it. Did it. And then they're like, yeah, you won. I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, you won. You're going to Boston. You're going to send you to. They flew me and my father out. Got us to hotel, VIP, met everyone. I'm like, what is happening right now? This is crazy. And I'm like, someone sent me that video the other day. And I'm like, First of all, please stop because I look terrible. I look so bad.
You look fine.
Stop
Look
it.
fine.
You stop sending me this video. But then I'm also like, dude, it's just a full 360. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
It has to happen.
Right? It'd be
Has to
cool.
happen.
It'd be cool. And there's a lot of people in TNA that I'd like to wrestle. Like I said, love to run it back with Danny Luna. Jody Threat was one of my favorite opponents. She's incredible.
So
Cardio of a machine. It's wild. Um, and I know her and Danny are a tag team. I'm just saying, me and the missus, we're a tag team too. Me and Miranda Alizé, she'll kick their ass. I'll stand there and watch. She'll kick their ass. I'll set him on her, sick 'em. You know what I mean? She's
I think
terrified.
I think it needs to happen. I think it sounds too good to be true. Like it has to happen one of these days.
Right.
I think you'll end up.
That's what's making me worry. It sounds too good to be true.
Nah, it's like you'll show up there. No, you'll definitely be there. It has to
I'm
happen.
gonna work
Like
my ass off together. I'm gonna work my ass off.
certainly, certainly. So, final question for you, Nixon Well, Tegan Nox. What is your Waffle House order?
Oof. Do you know, I don't go there that often. But when I do like an egg. To be honest, I just really like potatoes. So I get a lot of hash browns.
A
And
lot
then,
of
if
them.
I've got to be healthy, I'll get some egg whites and stuff. But I always got to have a couple sweet teas. I don't know what it is about Waffle House sweet teas.
Oh,
Banging.
oh my
They're the
God, it's
best sweet
great.
teas. Oh my God, they're the best sweet teas. I don't understand why, but they are. And then I
Yes.
just like to see the fights every so often.
How
Just
many
sit there.
fights have you seen in Waffle House?
I've only seen two.
Okay,
One was in Louisiana. And then one was, I think, in Orlando. Yeah.
makes
Well,
sense.
in Florida somewhere, because me and Katie Ray were driving from Orlando up to Louisiana for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Um, and it was an argument. It was a full-fledged fight, unfortunately. But the one in Louisiana, Jesus, they were just whacking hay bales out of each other.
Describe it for us. Wait,
I
tell
had to
us.
say with my potatoes. Hit him again. Don't mind me. So you
I
got
love it.
salt.
This is great. I love this so much. Thank you so much for your time. I greatly appreciate it. Where can
Oh,
I
thank
follow you
you.
on social media if they're not already following you?
Instagram is Nixon Newell. Twitch is Nixon Newell official. Um, Whatever Twitter's called now
At
is yeah, that thing.
that thing.
Although I don't go on there a lot, but someone else does for me.
Uh,
Is real Nixon Newell because someone has stolen Nixon Newell and won't give it back.
mm,
Arsehole.
jerks.
Yeah.
Mm,
God, but that's about it, I think. I think that's where I'm at. I think I have a YouTube, but it's not up and running fully yet.
uh,
So when it is, probably I think it's Nixon Newell official too.
got you. All right.
And
Well,
it's very easy to find me. Just go type in Nixon Newell and I'll pop up.
perfect. Perfect. I love it. Thank you so much for your time. I greatly appreciate it. Guys, my name is Malcolm. This is Muscle Memory, and we're out.
We going up like 1,000. I'm a flex just like a muscle man Malcolm. We going up like 1,000. I'm a flex just like a muscle man Malcolm. When it just like 1, 2, 3. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. Ay.